get into how they feeling about you. We're gonna get into a messy truth, and we're gonna get into a future outcome, okay? And we're gonna go through each zodiac sign. We're gonna go from Aries down to Pisces, okay? Um, this is a live recording, so you will be able to see it if you miss it in action, okay? Um, Welcome in, y'all. Hey, y'all. How you doing? How you doing? Happy hump day. It is hump day. I hope everybody had a great day. My cat over there crashing out because there's a light on the wall that she can't get to. There's a light on the wall she can't get to. So we're going to start this thing off. We're going to start with Aries and move on down the list, okay? So let's start with Aries. How are they feeling about my Aries right now? How is the person on Aries mind feeling about them? How does Aries person feel about them? Okay, they may have left when they saw you with someone else, or may have thought you were dealing with someone else, Aries. But they can't help themselves from thinking about you. They replay conversations over where they're trying to figure out where the hell, the disconnect went from. Like, what happened? You know, like, did I fuck up? They really in their mind. They think about you a lot. Yeah, and it's kind of giving, I wonder if you're happy without me. They just trying to figure out, Aries, okay? Can I get some energy here for my Aries? Can we get a messy truth here for my Aries? A messy truth when it comes to this connection for my Aries. But I low-key feel like it ain't no justifying the connection. I see this energy, protect your energy, Aries, okay? I definitely still see some energy lingering, though, here. Still hurting. Maybe just hiding feelings, but just don't want to express those feelings or reach out about those feelings. But honestly, they really can't move on. They really stuck on the loop at this point, okay? It's giving missing you, no closure. Whether that silent exit was yours or theirs, okay? Maybe they feel like there's no closure here with this connection, or there was never any closure with the connection here, Aries, okay? Can we get a future outcome here for my Aries? Can we get a future outcome here for my Aries and the person on their mind? Okay, yeah, with this law of attraction energy here, I feel like y'all both really want this, no matter how much y'all may deny it or hide y'all feelings. If it does come back around, Aries, it's important to just be grateful and, accept it for where it is, where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Instead of living in the past. You know what I'm saying? You can't live in the past. You got to be present. Exactly that, okay? That's how y'all will bring that love back, by living in the present here, Aries, okay? Let's move on. After Aries, we got Taurus. What's up? Welcome in. After Aries, we have Taurus. Let's move on to Taurus. How do they feel about my Taurus right now at this time? How do they feel about my Taurus right now at this time? Welcome in, welcome in. They definitely giving this nonchalant energy here, Taurus. When friends or family bring you up, they try to act like, oh, it's nothing, or it's, it don't really matter to them, okay? But sometimes they stay awake at night thinking about you, because you definitely be on their mind. Because you were the best part of their life, for real, for real. Even if they try to play that nonchalant role, Aries. Let's pull a messy truth, Aries, for this connection. Let's pull a messy truth for this connection, Aries. Welcome in, y'all. Make sure y'all liking the live. Can we get a messy truth here for my... did I say Aries? I meant Taurus. I'm sorry. Can I get a messy truth here for my Taurus? You were the best thing in their life, Taurus, for real. But I do see this used and discarded energy, okay? Felt thrown away, or maybe you felt thrown away or devalued. Yeah, I see a very hot and cold energy with this connection. It's definitely giving mixed signals, push and pull, whiplash, okay? Hi. Aries, not Aries. I'm stuck on Aries, y'all. This is for my Taurus. This is a messy truth for my Taurus for this connection, okay? Yeah, heavy on the sweet and sour. And honestly, at this point, just living on a memory, wishful thinking, honestly, okay? Feeling stuck emotionally on this connection. But it's really just giving very hot and cold, sweet and sour, push and pull, okay? You never know what to expect from this connection. The past is definitely on replay about this connection for sure. Okay, Taurus. Let's move on to a future outcome for this connection, Taurus. Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Taurus? Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Taurus? Okay, in the future, I can see y'all reaching y'all goal. Everything y'all want from this connection will manifest. I do see some soulmate energy here. This person is your soulmate. This connection is sacred, is the energy, okay? But I definitely see a whole lot of overthinking going on. Playing negative scenarios is creating problems, okay? So don't, all the overthinking is not good for y'all. I do see some true love energy here. This is a romance of a lifetime. True and lasting love is here. As far as the future outcome goes for my Taurus, let's move on. Let's move on. After Taurus, we got Gemini. Gems. Let's see how they feel about Gemini. Let's see how they are feeling about Gemini right now at this time. Okay, how are they feeling about my Geminis? How are they feeling about my Geminis right now? They are definitely wishing they treated you better at this time, Geminis, okay? I see they are in a space of wanting to become a better person or actively becoming a better person. And like I said, they just wish they treated you better, but it's kind of giving like I was young and dumb type of energy here, Gemini, okay? It's definitely giving young and dumb, wish they treated you better, but, working on becoming a better person. Let's get a messy truth here for my Geminis. Can we get a messy truth for this connection for my Geminis? Okay, so somebody definitely chose the other person, okay? I do see a possible third party or betrayal here or some type of replacement, somebody trying to replace you, okay? But it's like this energy of they always come back. They always come back, maybe sitting, hoping, praying that they come back. I feel like the door is definitely still open for some of y'all, okay? But it's kind of giving you never showed up. It's not giving a lot of effort here. Emotionally unavailable. It's kind of giving this done trying type of energy here, okay? Left on red, ignoring text messages. No response. Let's get a future outcome for this connection for my Geminis. Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Geminis? Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Geminis? Okay, Geminis, y'all got to make sure y'all paying attention to the signs, okay? Paying attention to the signs. If it's meant to be, you'll see it. Okay, if it's meant to be, you'll see it. If it's coming back around, you'll notice. The signs will just be showing in that direction. Hi. I do see that this may be a connection, a soulmate from a past lifetime. One of those type of connections here, okay? Right now, it's just important to redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not your fears, okay? Because if you focus on your fears, that's what you're going to create, my loves, okay? And that was for my Geminis. And then after Geminis, who do we have? We got Cancer. We got Cancer, and we're gonna see what are their feelings towards my Cancer right now. What are their feelings? What are their feelings towards Cancer right now? How are they feeling towards my Cancer? How are they feeling towards my Cancers right now at this time? How are they feeling towards my Cancers? Okay, you definitely speaking to them through music, but they kind of try to distract themselves from feeling what they're feeling about you, okay? But it was definitely hard to let go. It was definitely hard for them to let go. And now they feeling it, and they hear you, and you speak to them through music. Certain songs they hear, it just reminds them of you. Let's get a messy truth here for my Cancers. Let's get a messy truth for this connection for my Cancers. All right. It's definitely giving this absent effort type of energy here. Emotionally unavailable type of energy. Not a lot of effort. Not a lot of effort at all. But, you know, I'm sensing that it's, you know, my Cancer's starting to see clearly. Starting to see clearly. The illusion done cracked. It's kind of giving this, it's time to block them. So you can move on. For real, for real. You got to set that boundary, Cancers, okay? I do see no contact closure, okay? Because they never showed up anyway. And this is kind of like this eye-opener for you right now, Cancer. This is like an eye-opener for my Cancers right now. Can I get a future outcome for this connection for my Cancers? Can I get a future outcome for this connection for my Cancers? I do see reconciliation here. Someone from your past is or will be, returning to your life soon, okay? And it's kind of giving this energy of trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. When it's time, it's going to come back, because I see it's some difficulties right now. That's just why you got to trust the process with this connection, okay? I do see there may be jealousies from others that may be serving as an obstacle to this connection. And just right now, it's important to just free yourself, Cancer, okay? You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. You got to trust the process, like it says, okay? Because I do see possible reconciliation here, Cancer. All right, after Cancer, who do we got? Make sure y'all tap the screen, like the live, whatever it is that y'all do over here on these YouTube streets, okay? Make sure y'all doing that. Welcome in. After Cancer, we got Leo. Can we get some energy for my Leo? How do they feel about my Leos? How do they feel about my Leos right now? How are they feeling about my Leos? Okay, they lost themselves for a little while, Leo, but they really got love for you. And they kind of trying to figure out if you happy without them right now, because they lost themselves and they may have lost you in the process of losing themselves. But I do see some unconditional energy here for you, Leo. Let's pull a messy truth. Let's pull a messy truth for this connection, Leo. Let's pull a messy truth for this connection, Leo. Let's see. Can we get a messy truth energy? I do see there was some broken trust, lies, maybe some cheating, you know, promises shattered, not really standing on day 10, for real, okay? But I do see this energy, if it's never really over for real, or it was never really over, I do see this lingering energy still here, lingering around this connection, Leos. I see a soul tie, no closure, for real, I do see a possible manipulator, you know, sweet and sour just to get what they want. But I do see this false hope of that they will come back. I do see this false hope that they will come back, because like I said, it's never really over. It was never really over. There's still some lingering energy. So I do see that the door is still open here. But I feel like this is a very familiar pain, though, here. This is a very familiar pain. Let's do a future outcome for this connection, Leo. Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Leos? I do see your love life ascending to a higher level, whether it's with this person or a new person. I do see that, you always know this. Actions speak louder than words, okay? If you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they doing. Don't be fooled, baby. Watch what they doing, okay? Because I do see that y'all may be on different paths right now, okay? Y'all not on the same page. Same book, just not the same page. All right, and we do have some possible reconciliation here. Someone from your past is or will be returning to your life soon, Leo, okay? Period, pooks. And that was for my Leos. Let's move on to Virgos, y'all. Let's move on to Virgos. Welcome in, welcome in. Can I get some energy here for my Virgos? How do they feel about my Virgos right now? What are their feelings towards my Virgo? You were the best thing in their life, Virgo. But I bet you knew that already. Okay, but they are giving this very nonchalant energy, acting like they don't care. But they be sitting up, replaying y'all conversations in their head and their feelings, okay? Because you were the best part of their life, but they trying to play it off like they not bothered by the disconnect here, Virgo. Let's pull a messy truth for this connection, Virgo. Let's pull a messy truth for this, Virgos, okay? What's the messy truth for this connection for my Virgos? Very hot and cold energy. I see it's a lot of mixed signals with this connection. It's low-key giving you whiplash. I do see there has been some broken trust, some lies, cheating, promises shattered with this connection, okay? Yeah, it's giving very much back and forth. Love me, then leave me type of energy here, okay? Back and forth feelings, unstable affection. It's just not giving security there in this connection here, Virgos. All right, let's go future outcome energy here, Virgo. What's the future outcome for this connection for my Virgos? I definitely see a lot of overthinking, okay? Creating shit, honestly, with overthinking. When you overthink, you creating things that's not really there. And now you creating problems, okay? Let go of the need to control. Allow the situation to unfold naturally, okay? But just still make sure you're paying attention to the red flags, know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection look like. Know the warning signs, okay? And that was for my Virgos. Let's move on, move on, move on, move on. After Virgos, we got Libra. Can we get a quick message here for my Libras? Quick message here for my Libras. How do they feel about my Libras right now at this time? How are they feeling about my Libras? Let's see. Okay, Libras, they wishing they had treated you better. They wishing they had treated you better, Libra. But like it's kind of this energy of we both know I'm not the one for you. So maybe it's given I need to let you go. We need to let each other go is the energy, okay? Because we both know I'm not the one for you, but they do have regrets on how they may have treated you. I do see some fear in contacting you or letting you know that, or really being upfront and honest, okay? I see a fear of transparency in that aspect, okay? Let's pull a messy truth here, Libra. Let's pull a messy truth here, Libra. What's the messy truth here for this connection for my Libras? I definitely see a lot of gaslighting energy, some manipulation. Got you doubting yourself because of how they may have acted and made it seem like it was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or just twisting the truth to benefit them, okay? Libra is definitely giving us you lost me energy. I feel like this is the final straw. Choosing self-respect, making a power move, honestly, because you feel a little used and discarded when it comes to this connection, devalued, just feeling like it never even fucking mattered, for real, Libra. All right, let's move on to a future outcome for my Libras in this connection. Can we get a future outcome for this connection? Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Libras? I do see difficulties, okay? I do see jealousies, that may serve as an obstacle, all right? I do see heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. And, it's important to let people know that you love them, You got nothing to lose. Make sure you do your part. But you got to know, if somebody leaves you confused more than comforted, You got to reassess their access, okay? You got to set boundaries with them type of people. But I see possible reconciliation. I just see y'all not on the same page right now. Not on the same page right now. Same book, different pages, okay? Same book, different pages. But I do see possible reconciliation here. And that was for my Libras. After Libra, who we got? We got Scorpio. Let's see how they feel about my Scorpios. Let's see how they feel about my Scorpios. Can we get some energy? How are they feeling about my Scorpios right now? How are they feeling about my Scorpios? Okay, they wishing they treated you better here, Scorpio. Okay, but they lost their reasoning is because they lost themselves for a little while, and that could have been why they were treating you a certain way because they wasn't in a good place, and now they feel you leaving them behind, Scorpio. They feel you leaving them behind, and you were the best thing in their life, but now they feeling it. Now they feeling it, Scorpio. Let's get a messy truth for this connection, Scorpio. Let's get a messy truth. What's the messy truth for this connection for my Scorpio? What's the messy truth for this connection for my Scorps? Let's see. I see even if there hasn't been any communication, I do see that they could be hiding their feelings, still hurting, whether that's you or them, okay? Maybe even some false hope around this connection, maybe false hope that they will come back. But I see this, like I said, this is a familiar pain. But it's because you're leaving that door open. But I feel like it's really time to choose self, Scorpio. It's really time to choose self, self-love, okay? Emotional maturity, choosing emotional maturity is important, okay? A clean break. A clean break, okay? Blocked and blessed. I know that's right. All right, let's do a future outcome. Let's get a future outcome here for you, Scorpio, in this connection. I do see that there is some deception. They definitely wearing a mask, okay? Make sure you set boundaries with this connection, okay? You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will and won't allow. You got to be clear with this connection. This type of person you got to set boundaries with, okay? And just know you'll attract love by enjoying life as it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so focused on the past that you don't see what's in front of you, okay? Be present. Be present, Scorpio, okay? That's how you will attract maybe a new love, all right? Being present and not stuck in the past. Let's move on to my Sagittarius. How do they feel about my Sagittarius? How do they feel about my Sagittarius right now? Okay, Sagittarius, they hoping that you can forgive them one day. They really want your forgiveness because they hid and hide behind material things and hid their true feelings. And now they wishing they could take certain words back or whatever was said or done, you know, that they're wanting that forgiveness for and for hiding, okay? So now that, like, yeah, now they're regretting, okay? And it's just like so many things remind them of you, Sagittarius, okay? So many things remind them of you. You all in a hidden energy, Sagittarius. Can I get a messy truth for this connection for my Sagittarius? Yeah, it's definitely giving some only when convenient type of energy here, okay? It's definitely giving use for affection, emotional utility, no depth. Only when convenient for them. Yeah, it's time to choose self, Sagittarius, okay? Self-love is important. Emotional maturity, a clean break, just letting go, okay? Because it's given they never showed up, okay? As far as effort, as far as emotional availability. And it's definitely given it's done trying, done explaining, okay? Protect your energy because you can't justify bullshit. It's almost given they never really loved you the way you needed to be loved anyway, okay? The truth has been revealed because now while they are living their life and you hurting, that's not what it is, okay? The illusion is shattered. You know what I'm saying? The illusion is shattered. Let's get a future outcome here, Sagittarius. Let's get a future outcome here, Sagittarius. Can we get a future outcome here for my Sagittarius in this connection? Can we get a future outcome for my Sagittarius in this connection? Okay, stay optimistic, Sagittarius. Positive thinking and faith will bring romance into your life, whether it's something new or this connection, okay? Um, it's important to be grateful for the love already present in your life so that you can attract more love. You know what I'm saying? If we just so like, fuck love, I don't care, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to attract in our life. But if we're grateful for the love already there, we're going to reach goals, okay? Everything you want in a connection will manifest in the future if we focus on what we want and not what our fears are creating, okay? All right, after Sagittarius, we got Capricorn. Let's get a message from my Capricorn here. How do they feel about my Capricorn? How do they feel about my Capricorn? Okay, they trying to figure out if you happy without them. They trying to figure out how you feeling since they been gone or since you've been gone, okay? Because it's given we will be together again because you were the best part of their life. They did move very unavailable energy, gave very emotionally unavailable, but they trying to come back around. Let's get a messy truth. What's a messy truth for my Capricorns in this connection? What's a messy truth for my Capricorns in this connection? Can we get a messy truth for my Capricorns? Yeah, it's giving this love me and leave me energy, back and forth feelings, unstable type of energy. I do see like this energy of a fake apology, you know, just manipulation to get what they want, okay? No real change for real, just gaslighting you to get what they want. And now it got you overthinking, trying to figure out like what's really real. What's really real? Is this motherfucker the enemy? Is this motherfucker the enemy? Okay. And now you just trying to like spin in scenarios, trying to figure out what's, like I said, what's real. What's real? Let's get a future outcome here, Capricorns. Let's get a future outcome here for this connection, Capricorn. Can we get a future outcome for this connection for my Capricorns? All right, Capricorn, make sure y'all paying attention to red flags. Know the warning signs, okay? And you got to be aware of codependency, being clingy, being needy. I feel like there's this energy of feeling like y'all need each other. Y'all need each other. I need you to do this so I can feel this way. Like, you got to take back that control, Capricorn, okay? Take back that Capricorn. Take back that control, okay? Very codependent energy here. Like maybe it'll go back out of codependency instead of like true, genuine feelings, okay? All right. But I do see this energy to keep the door open. Don't be so focused on closed doors that you don't see what's opening up for you. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. If we focus too much on what happened, we can't get to better. You feel what I'm saying? If we focus on the past, we can't move on to better life or love with someone new or this connection, okay? Because even if it's just the current connection, if we stuck on the past, we can't move forward, okay? So keep that door for love open, okay? If you still wanting love, whether it's with that connection or something new. And that was for my Capricorns. Let's move on to Aquarius. Can we get some energy? How do they feel about my Aquarius right now? How are they feeling about my Aquarius? All right. They definitely thinking about you, replaying conversations that y'all have had. You know, I do see some unconditional energy here. I do see some unconditional love here, but they hid who they really was from you. Come on, Tampa. Come on, Tampa. Yeah, they hid who they really was, Aquarius. I do see unconditional love here, but now they just in a space where they have to think about the connection because they don't really have it because they may have fumbled when they had the chance. They may have fumbled when they had the chance. Say, hey, now bye. Okay, yeah, they may have fumbled. Now they just kind of replaying and reflecting on what y'all may have talked about or went through in the past, okay? And this is for my Aquarius. Let's get a messy truth for this connection, Aquarius. A messy truth for this connection. Okay, yeah, I see this soul come back energy type of deal going on, okay? Energy, return, alignment, getting back to you, tapping back in, taking that power back, taking that power back. A spiritual reset maybe after a disconnect with this person. Because the truth hurts, and you had to go through a healing process, honestly, because that truth really did hurt. That reality check, that wake up call. Now that your eyes are clear, it's like, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do. Because you tired of repeating that cycle. It's giving same drama different day, stuck on a loop. Nothing adds up. It's very inconsistent. Your gut know the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what you need to do, because it's given only when convenient is when they want you, or when they communicate or talk to you, or whatever the case is. Okay, it's given only when it's convenient for them. Let's pull a future outcome for this connection, Aquarius. Let's pull a future outcome for this connection for my Aquarius. Can we get some energy for my Aquarius? What's the future outcome? Okay, I do see your love life soon ascending to a higher level of commitment, whether it's a new connection or this one. Because I do still see some deception here, okay? Someone wearing a mask, but I do see reconciliation, okay? Reconciliation, but make sure you setting boundaries. Make sure you setting boundaries. Make sure you setting boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, they gonna slip, slide, and do their big one, okay? Be clear on what you will and won't allow. Be clear, Aquarius, all right? Let's get their feelings from Pisces. Last but not least, let's move on to Pisces. Last but not least, can we get some energy here for my Pisces? What are their feelings for my Pisces? How do they feel about my Pisces right now? It was definitely hard to let you go, Pisces. It was hard to let you go. But they knew what they doing. They knew what they was doing, okay? They knew what they was doing. And, like, really losing you really crushed them, because they didn't know that they was really fucking up that bad. Pisces, they did, like, it wasn't clocking to them that they was being a piece of shit, okay? It wasn't clocking to them. But it's definitely given. We both know I'm not the one for you. I wonder if you're happy without me, because now it's all they can do is reminisce, be in their feelings, think about it, because they may have fumbled you, Pisces. They may have fumbled you, Pisces, for real. Let's get a messy truth here. Let's get a messy truth here, Pisces, about this connection, okay? But I do see this never really over energy. I do still see some lingering energy here. It's kind of giving soul tie. It wasn't much closure from the beginning anyway. It was never any really real closure. But you know what? It's kind of giving, it's the trauma, it's projection. It's, triggers. Inner wounds is the reason why why they move like that, why they acted like that. It's not you, it's the trauma. You know what I'm saying? It's not you, Pisces, it's their trauma. Okay, and I know that this truth hurts, but this reality check, this is a wake-up call. This is for you to clear your eyes so you can really see what's really going on, okay? And a lot of time we blind ourselves to the facts because we love someone. Can I get a future outcome for this connection for my Pisces? All right, I do see a connection deepening. A relationship will finally deepen in the next few months. You have been waiting for this, okay? But I feel this energy of y'all really have to open up. Y'all really have to open up to the thought of it, because I see some very closed off energy, guarded. You know what I'm saying? But it's given they are the one. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is given they are the one. It's giving you've already met the romantic partner you seek, okay? But I do see a lot of overthinking, whether it's from the past or just, fears in general. Like I said, I see very guarded energy here, okay? Playing negative scenarios in your head is creating, situations or things that's not really there. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that to yourself. If this is a connection that you are wanting, Pisces, it has been some shit. They may have fumbled you, but if you are missing them like they're missing you currently, You know what I'm saying? Because they are missing you, but it just may take some time, okay? It may take some time, Pisces, with that connection. And I hope that helped y'all. We went from Aries down to Pisces. If that resonated with you, make sure y'all put some fairies in the comments. Let me know. Subscribe, like, share, all those vibes. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the love. I'm going to try to get on every day to do a collective read for each zodiac sign. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Peace, babies. I love y'all.